Thank you.
Has fitness always been like your number one thing?
No, I think it was sports. My parents are both educators and coaches growing up, or in their careers, I should say. So growing up, I always did sports. I did gymnastics. I even did college track with the University of Kansas. I don't know.
Jayhawks? What?
Yeah. Thank you. I was like, that's a bird? I go, yeah. So, so I did sports, but I never really learned about portion. I never learned about what it is to have I thought, a potato was a vegetable in the good way, like the greens, right? And so it became a system of learning as I got out of college and started to really understand what my life looked like, felt like, and who I was outside the sports environment. Just laughing at me. You're looking at your gun. You got busted. You got busted. It's okay. You want to touch it?
I do.
Look at that. It's not uncommon. It's not uncommon. Look at that.
I think we can see it.
I can't believe I'm flexing. I can't. All right, so let's talk about this for a second. This season on Biggest Loser is called Temptation Nation. Okay, what can we do should we avoid temptation? Because you can't really avoid it. What do we do if we're tempted? There's no such thing as avoiding. I think that the temptation is there. It's a natural part of being a human being. But it is, what I tell you is to know yourself. That self-awareness of knowing those triggers, tendencies. It's almost like you're driving, you see a pothole in the middle of the road. Chef, I love that you're nodding your head, by the way, because you know this. She knows this, right? There's a pothole, and you're like, well, I see it, so let me work around that. I know I'm someone that I will eat this plant if I'm that hungry. So I have always have nuts, fruit, bar, food, my lunch pail, wherever I go. It's like, I just know that I will eat anything in sight, including fast food, including this plant, as I see it, if I don't have to with me. So those are my triggers, those are my temptations. But I'm also someone that, we're joking about Chicago. When I go home, I go to Portillo's, and for anybody that knows Chicago knows Portillo's, but instead of eating the way I used to, which is like I got one of everything and ate it all, I'll still get one of everything, but I'll go a couple bites of the Italian beef, a couple bites of the hot dog, a couple cheese fries, and I can move on.
Right.
I just know myself, and I set my healthy limit before I even
But after eating the way you eat now, and you introduce that to your system, I eat stuff now, and I'm like,
because but let me tell you, if I finish all of it, I'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
But I do it in those portions. I'm okay.
Self-control.
Yeah, it is still a lot.
A lot of people can get that and say, I'm just going to take 4 bites, and then just go,
But you know what? That's a skill, and you can learn it.
Yeah.
I learned it. I'm someone that both my parents are post-depression babies that made mounds of food and that took such good care of us as kids. And it was finish what's on your plate, finish what's on your plate. So I felt like I couldn't waste food, and of course I just consumed it all. I mean, I could be like unbuttoned pants, like, oh my god, at dinner I'll have the dessert. It didn't even occur to me. It's a skill. It is a skill. But when you go to a Mexican restaurant, I always say we only have 4 chips. Just 4. That's all I'm having. It never works. I eat the whole basket. You gotta keep that. You gotta build the power of your word.
Okay,
so build the what? Power of your word. Build the power of your word.
Let me ask,
word to yourself.
How do you then? You were able to take control of yourself.
Yeah.
How do you inspire others?
Because I think a lot of trainers make it about them, and this is what I did, so you should do it too. You've got to look at the individual person, right? I've got to find out your why and Chef's why, right? And what does it mean to you to make a healthy decision? What do the 4 chips mean to you versus the I lost control? It's really about investing in yourself. It's using the education behind the food. It's using the movement and saying, I care about who I am in this world. And for me, if I ate chips with no regard, if I just kind of went off the deep end and didn't care, I wouldn't be very proud of myself. I wouldn't have the confidence that I have in this room. I wouldn't be making the eye contact with each of you that I am. And so for me, it's about the bigger picture of the why. For some people, it's about being parents. And we all, I promise I'll let you talk. This is I get so passionate about it. It's like, the decisions I make now at 33 will affect me in 10 years.
Yeah.
And it will affect me in my 5th, 6th, hopefully my 8th decade. We all have to know that. And what kind of quality of life do you want? And that's what it comes from for me.
What's the Wonderland Club?
Oh, Wonderland.
Wonderland.
Good. So in the Biggest Loser, it's this kind of covenant space where everybody comes in 2 something, 3 something, 4 something, and it's to have a 1 in front of that number, 100 something. So to get to Wonderland is to get into 100s of your way. It's a huge benchmark on the show.
Well, that makes more sense now. Let's take a look.
Okay.
This is you inspiring your team and a team member to reach
I
that
know who it
wonder.
is.
all right, Aaron, here we go. Wonderland is waiting for you.
So
So I made a promise to Jen a few weeks ago that when I make it into Wonderland, I was gonna sing. It's kind of like a whole new Erin that's kind of reemerged over the last couple weeks.
This is everything. Stay on it. Stay with it. There we go. Look at that.
I'm proud to be a singer and I'm proud to be a songwriter. And when I hit Wonderland, I'm gonna sing a song that I wrote that, you know, was important to me and hopefully can touch some other people here too.
It shows people it's possible. Your story, the vulnerability Erin is willing to show, and every contestant that goes in my show is saying, fine, I will share my story because I want everyone out there to know it's possible.
Right.
You know, and I think hope is what keeps us going, but people need to know that it's possible to take the step.
Alejandro, she won't let me talk. Maybe she'll let you.
Well, I mean, I have an important question because she was talking about focusing on the individual, and you know, and I have that bariatric surgery, so I cannot do very strenuous exercises. What is the best thing for me? Elliptical, yoga, Zumba. I can't do
So
power.
you're not going to do a whole lot of heavy weights, but you can do a volume of them. I still really believe in weight training. Move the barbell, move the iron, but keep it light. You can do repetition and do it the right way and activate the right muscle groups in a way that you're doing athletic movement. So for instance, instead of doing, and yoga is great, don't get me wrong, I love it, but instead of just doing a curl, do a full body movement. Do a dumbbell snatch, right? And you only have to put 10 pounds on it. It's not strenuous, but your heart rate's going to go up. You're going to work like an athlete, and you're going to look like an athlete because of it. That's where you need to look at big picture.
Build some muscle, maybe.
Oh yeah, because then that muscle is working for you all day long. That's why you still have Portillo.
Don't do that. Matt gets intimidated.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
Now, trainers and nutritionists, in my experience, have always had really strict eating regimens. Now, for somebody like me, and a lot of people I think at home that are on the go, I don't carry a scale or a measuring cup with me. Can we still attain this without having to be so strict? Because I think one of the joys of life, one of the loves of life for me is food. That's how we show our love. And to have to go, well, hold on, I need to measure this moose.com before I can give it to you.
Well, and here's the thing, and you kind of touched on it. You have to personalize the journey. I don't believe that if I give you guys all the same program that it's going to work. It's not going to. But you have to identify your behavior, your personality, and then really develop a plan that circles around that. So if you're someone that's on the go, I would give you like an options menu, okay? You're going to look at, okay, breakfast, I know it has to be one of these three things. And then I'm going to educate you what portions look like. No, don't take it the measuring cup, but be responsible for that. Okay. It's about getting the right things. I know people that are very type A.
Yeah.
Tell me what to do, Jenny, I'll do it. Okay, so I give them a list. They check that box. They love it. They'll highlight it. Once it's complete, that works for them. I want to give it to you.
She is a double A personality. plus
Yeah, if you tell me, I'll do it.
Yeah, right.
But I won't take out the measuring cup and the scale. That's just too much for me.
Matt will do anything you
Yeah,
tell
what do you
I
do
will.
now?
No, I mean, my biggest question for you is like I've always been told, you know, even as an ex-football player, you know, eat 6 meals a day. The more you eat, the better it is. What is that really doing for me and my metabolism? Like, what does it mean?
Okay. So the cool thing about education like this is, so I say if I tell you what to do and then explain why you got to do it, it'll turn into an action. So in this case, when you look at food coming into your body, you have to almost look like a fireplace, and you put a piece of dry firewood on there. And after a couple hours, it starts to kind of burn down. And if you wait a few more hours and don't put any more firewood on that fire, it starts to cool, stops working. But if every couple hours you throw a new fresh log on there, now we've got your body working for you. And most importantly, your body starts to trust you. And it says, oh wait, you're gonna feed me again. Okay, great. I have a lot of people on the sumo wrestler diet. It's because they essentially take 23 hours a day, not really eating, might grab a Diet Coke, might grab a coffee, whatever it is, and at dinner they're like, starving.
Yeah.
It could all be good food, by the way, even if it's all great food, but you're giving your body one chance a day to trust you to feed it. So if you keep giving it nutrition, it'll say, okay, cool, well, I can drop the extra.
Okay. Yeah. So let's be clear, because I know this man very well. When she was talking about the fireplace, not putting marshmallows in that.
Yeah, right. And making s'mores.
Right.
No, it sounds terrible. I'd rather have marshmallows than nothing. Right.
You can watch Jen Biggest Loser Mondays, 9, 8 Central at NBC. By the way, you're going to leave some wonderful workouts for us on our Facebook page, right?
Whatever you need.
Yeah, some good stuff that
Yeah.
you can do, exercises at home.
Yep.
All right, we're going to come back, and Alejandro, you're up.
Coming up next, I'm making you a delicious North African dish from Morocco, a chicken tagine.